Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another Stormworks video, and welcome to episode 23 of our Hardcore Career Mode series. In this video, we're going to start working on our new iron mining truck. The plan for today is to get the main shape of the truck done and painted, so then next episode we can get the engine and gearbox in and go for a bit of a test drive. But anyway, guys, with all that being said, I hope you'll enjoy. Let's get started. Okie dokie, so let's leave our tilt rotor sitting outside and jump straight into the workbench. Very good. So what we might start with is some wedges, 1x4s. Okie dokie. Let's come along like this and start making the bottom of the truck, and it will come up from here. So as you can tell by the thumbnail, this is going to be kind of a flat front style truck, so that should be pretty cool. Might actually get rid of them, and we'll bring this back. This will be where the chassis is, and we might actually put the wheels in here. So let's go wheels. What have we got to play with? A 7x7. Oh, that's probably be a bit big. What if a 5x5 might be a bit better? Might be a better option. Very good. We got something like that. And what we might do, might make them just a little bit bigger as well. Oh, we might as well go 2. Why not? Boom, boom. And we might actually put another set of wheels on 2 for the steering. We'll go like this, put a little thing in there, and we'll chuck a couple more on like so. Okay, very cool. Let's make them a little bit bigger to match those other ones. Boom and boom. Alrighty, nice. I might get rid of the stuff on the inside there. I think at the back we might either have 6 or 8 wheels. We'll see how we go. Maybe 6 would look pretty cool and probably have to take a bit of weight as well. But for now, we'll get to that when we get to it. Won't worry about it right now. That's fine. Alright, so next up, I suppose I might just bring the chassis up a couple more blocks like so. Very good. So let's go back to this page. Going to need some little wedges. Let's come along like that. Will come out maybe a couple blocks past or so. I don't really know. I might just grab one of these, chuck them on like that, and we might have the wheel arches stick out 1 extra block. Should be pretty cool. Come along like so. And then I suppose we'll go like this on top of there. And I might come out 1 extra block to act as like a bumper, I suppose. Why not? And I might get rid of that. And I might grab some 1x2 wedges, and these will actually link up to the wheel arches themselves. Go along like that. Good stuff. We'll chuck another block in there. And then I guess we're going to need a 1x1 wedge. Something like that should be fine. Act as like a little bit of a bumper, I suppose. Now, being a cab over truck, I actually want to make the front of the cab tilt forward. So from here on, it's going to be on a separate physics body. So let's get some pivots. Might grab a couple of these. We'll chuck them like that. So sitting under there, and in front, actually let's fill that in, but in front of these I might actually put a winch that will kind of hide those little pivot parts there. So if we go something like that, okay, that's pretty cool. That's fine. And then what we'll do, we'll link those two together by going like so. Very good. Okay, so this will be the bumper, and just above the bumper we might have some headlights. So we go lights. We'll use some of these small spotlights, I guess. So maybe if we go here, can I go up this right way? Yep, up like so. Okay, good. Why is that turned off? Okay, there we go. That's better. Boom and boom. We can have a couple like so. And then I guess just after that, we'll just have to link this back around somehow. If we go like this and chuck a block on there, we can fill that in as well. Why not? But what I want to do to try and make this look a little bit separated, I might grab maybe some of these ones, go upside down like that. Okay, this is cool. I like this. Oh, except actually going to get rid of them. We're going to go off this part, aren't we? So we'll grab these again, come along like so, drag that way. Yep, so that is a separate piece. Okay, good. So that's where the cab's going to actually tilt. And then I guess we'll just come a couple of blocks off there, and then the floor will actually be on this level, I think. Should be fine. Very nice. Let's go along one more. Let's grab another little wedge. We'll chuck that in like so. And then this will be the front of the truck. So I suppose we could probably come up a couple more, something like that. And then we'll go maybe along the top of this with some wedges. Very good. And then we're going to have the windscreen sitting right here. Actually, what I might do, put them there. I might put them in now so we can build off that. If I can spell window. That looks a bit better. Yeah, so we can actually build the rest of the truck off this shape. So we go, oh, perfect. 333. Nice. Okay, that's looking a little bit weird at the moment, but that's fine. We can hopefully make that look a little bit better. Let's grab some more wedges. We'll cut up like this. And I suppose we'll just fill in the side like that as well. And I think off here, so if they're 3, 4, we could probably use some of these 1x4s to make like a bit of a pillar on a slide angle, something like that. Okay, that's fine. I don't mind it. And then maybe off that, we might grab some of these ones, come along like so. Okay, and then we'll have like a little bit of an overhang on the front here with some little pyramids, perhaps, something like that. Yeah, I think that's all right. Grab some more of these little wedges, and we'll just come along like so. Okay, that's fine. I'll get rid of them now. And then we'll just drag that along like that for now. We may as well do the roof since we're up here. Why not? Then we'll head back down to the front because we have not finished down there at all. Something like this, and maybe we should have the roof slightly curved like that. Grab some more 1x2s, turn them around along like that, and this will be the top of the roof. Okay, maybe looking a little bit strange right now, but that's fine. In here, we will put some kind of grill as well, so don't worry about that. And actually, just looking at the front of this, it's looking very plain, so I might try and give it a little bit of depth. What if we get rid of this whole row, and we'll grab some 1x2s. Okay, let's see if this will work. Go something like that. Okay, it makes it look like it's a happy face. That's fine. And then on this side, maybe we can have a radiator on here, which I'm pretty sure we'll end up leaving here, I guess. We will be doing the engine next episode, so yeah, we'll finalize that then. Okay, we can have the radiator sitting back there, and maybe just to cover up this little spot, can we go something like that to fill that in a little bit? Okay, that's probably fine. I don't mind that. It gives it a little bit of depth. We'll leave it like that for now. If we don't like it later on, we can always change it, which is good. So let's continue on with this. We'll bring this back a few blocks. We'll probably have the door about that big, something like so. And maybe that could be the limit of the cab if we put the back wall on there. Is that going to be big enough? I'm sure that'll be fine. And then after that, we might put some little 1x2 wedges on there. Okay, looks pretty good. And then we'll have the exhaust coming up through here. That could be pretty cool, actually. I don't mind that. And I suppose we may as well just finish off this little area here. I don't know how we're going to link this up. What if we grab some of these, turn them around like that, and then we'll get some inverse pyramids, 1x2s, or should we use 1x4s? They're the 1x2s. Let's see what the 1x4s look like. Oh, I think the 1x4 looks pretty good, actually. Might leave it like that. Very nice. And then we're going to have our exhaust coming up through there. Very cool. All right. I like it so far. Very good. Now, the flares. How are we going to go about that? Well, what we could probably do, I don't want the flares attached to the cab. I want them to be separate, I think. I think that's what I want. I don't know. Let's come around like this. We'll try and do what we can. Come up, and then we might grab a 1x2. Turn that around upside down. Then we'll put another one directly on top. Yeah, something like that. And then we'll just drag it along until we get to about, is that about right? And then we'll do the opposite on this side. So we'll get some of these, turn them around, boom, boom. And then we just need a little 1x1 on the back of that. Okay, and a little one upside down as well. That should be just fine. And then I think we'll get rid of that one. What if we just attach that straight to there? Will that work? I don't know. Probably. What I'm not happy with is in here, though. I think I might change some of this. Try and make that look a little bit better. Can we fit one of these in there? I don't know. Let's see. Boom, boom. Turn this around. Oh, yeah. Does that line up? That? Nah, I don't like that. I might use a little wedge. That might be best, actually. Go like that. We'll just drag it along like so. We'll just leave it like that. I can't see that being a problem. And I suppose while we're here, just very quickly, we might add some little rope anchors in just to make it look a little bit better. And we may need them at some point. Hopefully not, but there we go. That looks pretty cool. Oh, and one other thing, very quickly, let's bring that up one more block, and we're going to chuck a window in right there too. Okay, nice. Also, this has got to be separate, doesn't it, actually? Maybe we'll do that now. So we're going to get rid of that, and we'll chuck a little pivot in maybe here. Hopefully that's not going to be a problem. Let's get a pivot out. Grab one of these, chuck it right there. Good stuff. And then we'll actually have to rebuild the door off that. So what, there? Should be fine. Grab a window, chuck it on the top. Should be A-okay. Good stuff. That's all merged how it should be. And we'll just paint those windows black now. That looks pretty cool. I like it a lot, actually. Nice. And I guess what we'll quickly do is we'll chuck a little toggle button in here. Toggle. So one of these bad boys. We'll just go white for now. Turn that around like, oh, two-sided. That's the one. Like that. I think that's correct. That should be fine. And then we haven't done the floor in here, have we? Can we come down one more off the floor? Looks like we can, actually. Might just open up the back here to see what's actually going on. I think we can come down to the floor one more block. Although, if we leave it on this level, then that will give us plenty of room for putting the engine in next video. So I might leave it actually like that. That's fine. Come up like that. And let's quickly chuck a seat in while we're here. So a driver's seat on the side like that should be fine. Should we come forward one more block? I think that'll be all right. And then we'll get rid of this one and make it a passenger seat. Boom and boom. Okay, very cool. I like it. I'm not sure if we should bring the windows back one more. We'll see how it is when we get in it. But for now, that should be just fine. Nice. And then we'll just fill in the back of it like so. All right, that is our cab done. Can we... Oh, we just can't fit a bed in there though, can we? Maybe what we'll do, we'll bring the cab back one more, the back wall. I think it's probably a good idea. I might get rid of these and might use 1x2s instead. They might be better. I should be doing this on both sides, shouldn't I? So let's come one more of the blocks like this. Okay, and we'll just get some little wedges like that. Rotate them that way and bring them up like that. That's still probably fine. That's okay. Come along like so. And that way the back wall can be here instead. And we'll be able to fit the bed in. Okay, so let's just fill that in like so. Then the exhaust can still come up the back there. But we can fit a bed in, so that's a little bit better. So we might worry about that next episode though, because I just want to get the shape of the truck done for now. Actually, I've changed my mind. We're going to get rid of all of this. We're going to make it a lot bigger. We might go like that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What if we just make it 6 blocks long for the actual cab itself, and then we might put these 1x2s on, because I would prefer to have these, so we're going to change that. Sorry guys, we might go something like that. Hopefully it doesn't look too long. I think that that'll be fine, and then we might even move these back a couple blocks to here. Should be okay. Boom. Grab some more wedges, turn them around, and go like that. Okay, maybe that does look a little on the long side. But I also don't mind it, because we would have a lot more room in there. We are going to be in here for a while, so we might leave it like that. Let's bring that up like so. Okay, look, if we don't like it, we can shorten it later on, but for now, I think it will be just fine. But anyway, we've got the rest of the chassis to continue on with, so what I'm thinking, we might actually widen it by 1 block along here. That way we have a little bit more room for the drill bits and bobs. Now, to make it look a little bit better, we might get rid of some of this here. Let's get some 1x2 wedges. We'll go like this. Okay, we go like so. Boom, get rid of these ones. And then here, we'll go, oh, actually, what if we do it right here? That might look a little bit better, actually. Boom. Okay, so the chassis kind of comes a bit wider, and then the back wheels will be back here somewhere. But we're going to do something strange. So how do we get these ammo thingamajigglies? These will kind of look like fuel tanks, which I think would be pretty cool. The only problem is they're not actually going to hold fuel. But they will look cool, so that's the main thing. So I think we'll have them sitting in one more block. So that means they're going to have to sit in like this, aren't they? So we might have 2 lots there, then we'll have a gap, then we'll have 2 lots here. So something like that. Alrighty, I might just bring that along like so for now. Let's grab these again, and boom, boom, boom. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, that is completely wrong. That is not where I wanted them at all. Come along like this. We'll do it again. Boom. Okay, let's try again. Boom, boom, boom. Because I want the ammo belt part under there like that. That's perfect. Very good. Boom and boom. Okay, that's what we're after. Nice. So I get rid of these ones in between for now. Boom, boom, boom. Nice. We'll bring the top of this up to meet the bottom of the cab, I suppose. We'll just go along like this. Good stuff. Fill that in. Grab another wedge. Come along like so. Nice. And we've got another one over here. Alright, so I think that is starting to look pretty good. So what we might do next is get these back wheels in. So we're actually going to have to come in a couple blocks this time, aren't we? Go along like this. We'll stretch it out to there for now. Should be fine. I'll just grab one of those wheels. Can I grab one? Yes, I can. Oh, there we go. I've got it. Alright, nice. So we'll come along like this. Make it stick out about there. Now, is that in line with everything else? If I make that bigger, let's just double check before we go plant them all. So that should be the wheel arch there. Yes, that is correct. Good stuff. All right. So let's do this a couple times. We're going to have a several block gap between them all, aren't we? We'll come around like this. Whee! Boop. Something like that one there. And then we need another one at the back. Okay. Are these going to be too close together? Yes, they are. Okay. What if we change? I think if you change it to high grip, does it make them smaller? Not really. Oh, it's not a bad gap between them, though. They're not going to hit each other. I think we'll leave it like that. That should be fine. Let's go and change these all to this big and high grip. Yeah, so something like that. I don't mind that at all. Very good. So that means I'm going to get rid of this now. Boom, boom, boom. That can all go, and we're just going to come off this piece here. Let's come along like so. Okay, so they are going to be sticking in the chassis, but that's fine. Then we just have to figure out some sort of back bumper for this, won't we? So we just come up like this. Oh, we might do the flares first, then meet up with that rear bumper. So what if can we just do a little sneaky and grab as much of this as possible? Boom. Okay, that will give us a good head start. So copy it, flip it. Which ways are facing? That's the way we want it. Good stuff. So we'll just chuck that in right here. Is that where it's going to fit? Oh, okay. The answer is no. That's not going to fit there. So maybe I'll just paste it, and I'll actually merge it as well. But then we're going to get rid of all of this. I don't think that's necessary. We can just have the arch on it. That way we can keep it nice and close. Because the longer the wheelbase, the worse our steering is going to be. So yeah, that's the thing. Let's bring that all the way back like... no, not like that. Like that. There we go. Good stuff. And then what we'll do, if we can copy that all, boom to boom. Is that all of it? I think it is. And we'll copy it, and we'll just go and drag it over here. Should be fine. Paste it in, and we are going to have to somehow merge it. So we'll just link it up like this. Boom, boom. Nice. Okay, so we've got them. I'll get rid of that for now. We might put something else back there eventually, but let's do this for now. Let's grab these ones. come down like this, and we'll end it off with a little baby wedge. Boop, just like that, and that will be the back of the truck. Very nice. Okay, we've got plenty of room in here, so we can fit the drill in the middle. Hopefully, I don't know exactly how that's going to work, but we'll sort it out. Our engine will be up there under the front of the cab, and we might have our fuel in the back. I don't know. We'll see how we go. But next episode, like I said, we are going to add the engine in. Like, we probably should have done it today, but what I will do is I will grab the whole cab next video and move it off completely. We're going to work on it, then put the cab back on. So I'll run you guys through that when we get to it. But for now, what we do need to do is sort out this rear bumper. So if we go along like that, they don't need to be in there though. Something like this. Okay, can we make that sort of meet up with that? Is that going to be a bit weird? I think it will be, but we'll do it anyway. Grab, or actually, I'm not too sure how I want this to look. Alright, so something like that should be fine. I think we might chuck a couple of lights in as well, so we'll just go back to lights. I don't think we'll have a winch at the back, but we'll definitely have some rope anchors. So we'll go boom, boom. Something like that. We'll put a couple of rope anchors right next to them, maybe, I suppose. Why not? Rope anchors. Grab a couple of these bad boys. Go around like this, and I'm thinking we might have some sort of tow bar on the back at some point, but definitely not right now. Oh, we might not need one actually. Oh, look, we'll leave the spot for it anyway if we do want it, so that'll be fine. So we can add it in at some point. Let's make these some brake lights. Very good. So something just like that. And also, these ones at the front here, while we're on the topic, let's dim them a little bit so they're not too bright for our little eyes. I suppose the next thing we'll do is just make these wheel arches that little bit bigger. So let's start with the bottom part. We'll just drag it all the way to the front, I suppose. Go like this, boom, boom. And we'll do the same like that. Very good. Alrighty. And then we'll just get the blocks, fill all that in. Nice. And we're going to do the same at the front here. Long like this, long like that. And with the little baby wedges, come around like so. Alright, so next up, we're going to add the hoppers on the back. So this isn't going to dump like a traditional dump truck that dumps like this towards the back. The back of this is going to raise up, maybe to like here-ish or so. And then that will be hopefully enough to go over the top of the train, then release all the iron ore straight into the back of the train. Then we can put the back of the truck back down and drive off. So to think the way we're going to do this, let's break in here. Let's get a few blocks going across like that. What kind of robotic pivots do we have? Oboe. Oh, it still came up. Might use these robotic hinges, I think is probably a good idea. So we'll chuck... Actually, let's get rid of that. We're going to come down one more block like so. Okay, that's good. Then we'll go another one here. So we've got 3. That should be plenty strong enough. Boom, 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 boom. Okie dokie, very nice. So let's link all this together and we'll work out how these hoppers are going to work. Ducks rather. We're going to use some ducks first, I suppose. Not ducks, ducks. Some of these bad boys. So how are we going to go at this? If we have some here. Okay, maybe we could make it 3 wide. I just don't know how much these hold each. I remember we've done this last season, season 3, but it's been a long time since then. Are these? No, they're not even going to fit. Okay, maybe what we'll do, we'll have to raise them up another block or so. Didn't really want to do that, so that means it's going to come all the way up to there. I mean, it is what it is, I suppose. Not much we can do about it. Actually, you know what? I'm even going to come up one more block like that, I think. It's going to make us a little on the top-heavy side, and then if we go hopper on the top of them, some of these ones, something like that, that's going to be pretty high, isn't it? Oh, but I do want to clear those wheel arches. That's also, we're going to have to do it like this. So we've got a fair few of these to fill in, don't we? Alright, so something like that I'm pretty sure should be fine. So as you can see, it's on its own little mechanism. And the back of this will raise up to about here and hopefully be high enough to reach into the back of the train. So what we'll do before we get to the actual drills themselves, which I've got a pretty good idea for, I think what we'll do, we're going to grab this again, copy it, and we'll put one more here. I think that'll be fine. So by the time this tilts up and this will come forward a little bit, it should clear the cab still, hopefully. If it doesn't, then we'll have to maybe reduce this length of the cab by a block or so. But we'll see how we go. That should be fine. So what we'll do next, quickly finish off this, then we'll get to the drills. So let's go like this, fill it all in like that. I wonder if the bottom of this is going to hit the chassis though. Look, we'll try it and see. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. We'll just change it. That's fine. Let's grab some wedges. Let's fill this in like so. Boom. Looking very good. Nice. Come along like this. Okay, we go all the way along to the back. Very good. And then I think we'll just come along like this. I think it's probably best. Let's go like this. Put some wedges in like so. Good stuff. All right, this is starting to look actually a lot better than I thought it was going to. Good stuff. All right, nice. And then we won't fill in the whole bottom of this. Might just do a little bit for now. Just like that, because we are going to need the bottom of that open for the drills. But for now, that's looking pretty good actually. I also might bring this up one higher. Yeah, okay. Jeez, it's going to be pretty top heavy in it, far out. Hopefully it's all right. Should be fine. Let's get rid of that. Go along like so. Boom. Okay, good stuff. I think this is going to clip the chassis. So what we might do, I might actually get rid of the ones at the bottom here. Might be a slightly better idea. Go like that. And then maybe what we can do is if we go like this and hopefully, let's see. That needs to go. Can we link these two together? If I go like that, yes, we can. Okay, that might be a little bit better. That way it should clear the chassis, hopefully. And then we'll go along like that. I think that actually looks pretty good too. Makes it look a little bit different. And we'll go along like this, along like that. And we'll just fill in some blocks along. Not there. There. Very good, I think. I think I like it. We've got a few more to fill in down here though, don't we? Like that? Yeah. That's not too bad, actually. No, not like that. Like that. Good stuff. That probably looks a little bit weird. I might bring this down one more block. All right, so I think that looks a little bit better. Actually, I don't mind that at all. And I think we'll put a big old Bizza logo on the side there, but we'll sort that out afterwards. On the bottom of here, let's get these drills sorted. Then we've got a bit of a gap here we actually need to sort out. Oh, one other thing. We need to finish off the back of here and put some release duct thingamajigglies on the back here. Boom, boom, and along like so. Okay, nice. So we need this, a funnel duct. That's the one. So we'll chuck some of them on the back like that. So that way we can release it all. So when that raises up, release into the trailer of the carriage of the train and take it away. That should be fine. Very good. All right, now for the drills, for the good part, let's chuck a hopper on the bottom of here, or a couple of hoppers maybe, or maybe just the one might be better. And then we're going to need a drill. Yes, sir. One of these bad boys. The only thing is the power for the drills is on the top of it, isn't it? Right. Okay. So that means should we have one or two? I was thinking two like that. And that way they're directly connected to the hoppers themselves. But then how do we power them? Unless the only other option would be to get rid of a couple of these, which I didn't really want to do. Well, we're going to have to leave the one in the middle at least, but then I don't know how we're going to get the power. Should we just have the one? Maybe that'd be a better idea. Let's have a little look. Look, let's go with the one for now, which will be just there. And I don't believe they actually need to be touching the ground to work. I could be wrong, but from memory, I don't think they need to be touched the ground. They can be up there, and then that would tilt directly with this. But if we can get this one spinning fast enough, then we don't need to worry about having two, maybe. That's the plan I'm going to go for, I think. Now, whereabouts are we? So that means the power for it's coming up there. So maybe we'll just have to leave that duct out. Can I get in here? We'll have to leave the one out here, and this will go straight over to one of the thingamajigglies. Where are they? Okay, straight into that power output there. So let's get some pipes and just plumb this in right now. May as well. Geez, I cannot see a thing. Sorry about that. Let's go like this on the one side. Go boom. Then we'll go along like so. We'll try and keep it in the middle. Boop. Connect it up here. Doink, doink, doink. And then we'll go like that. Okie dokie, very good. So that pops out of this one right here. All right, nice. I'll just put that there so we know. So when we connect up the engine, we can sort that out. Very good. All right, so what we can do, we can fill in that one back on there. Should we put a few more under here as well? Or would that be too much? I might just leave it like that. That should be fine. We'll see what that holds at some point. But what we can do, let's go back to both sides. And let's fill in the rest of this if we can. And along here, we've forgotten all the middle of that. That's fine. And that is all of it. Very good. So now we've got to fill in this little side piece. So maybe, just maybe what we can do, if we go along here, can we drag that all the way to the back? Something like this. Oh no, I didn't want to do double. I might just get rid of one side of it. There we go. That looks a little bit better. And then on here, what if we just get some upside down wedges and we'll just put them along like so. Okie dokie. Very good. So that will come up. There's going to be a big old hole at the back here, but that's not an issue. We'll just fill it in like that. Maybe even we could put some of these along here all the way. Yeah, something like that. That's probably fine. All right. That is looking really cool, actually. I'm pretty happy with it. What I will do very quickly is just fill in the top of this floor. I don't think that needs to be open. We'll just go like that. All right, that is actually looking really good. I'm pretty happy with that. I might just get rid of that little menu. So what we might do, I might add a couple of buttons in. We'll see if we can get the cab tilting and this coming up and down so we can see how it all works. Then we're going to give it all a bit of a paint, I think. So what we'll do, we'll get a couple of toggle buttons. And these are just for testing. So yeah, these won't be here forever. Let's just do this on the one side for now. Boom, boom, boom. Actually, we're only going to need two, aren't we? One for the cab and one for the hoppers. So let's get these Bizza controllers. These are from another build, but they work. We'll go boom, boom. We'll connect these all up like this and like that. Good stuff. All right, and this one will go over to these two pivots. Very good. And this one will go to all of those robotic hinge thingamajigglies. Now, we've got to make sure we've got the numbers set right. So they're rotating in the positive. What if we go 0.5? Would that be enough? Let's go and edit this, make sure. So when it's switched on, instead of 1, it will be 0.5. Alrighty, update that. Very good. And we should probably make these move pretty slow as well. We don't want to go too fast. We'll drag them all the way down to 0.1, something just like that. Nice. And then the same for the cabs. This has got to come in the minus to come up. So what if we go in here, we'll edit this one, and this one can be minus 0.7 maybe? Might be enough for the cab. We'll see how we go. Confirm that. Very nice. And we'll also change the speed on this to 1. We want it to be very, very slow. All right, nice. Let's get a little battery just to make sure it all works. And we'll just chuck that right there. That's fine. Connect up just a little bit of power. Boom, boom. And just go to all the necessary bits and bobs. Boom and boom. That should be everything, I'm pretty sure. So let's quickly spawn it in and see if it actually works. We're at 34 grand for this so far. That looks super cool. Very nice. It's going to look even better when it's painted. So what do we got here? Cab. All right, look at that. Oh, no. Oh, yep. What's going on? Why did it stop there? Okay, still going. Okay, that was weird. Okay, that's actually probably a pretty good height. What about these ones at the back here? That's still going. That's very weird. All right, that is way too high. Way too high. Stop, 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 stop. We need to change both of these. All right, so the hoppers at the back, that was absolutely way too high. What if we go 0.2? See what that does. Update that one. And something, I don't know what was wrong with these. Maybe they're underpowered. Should we bump up the speed a little bit to 0.3? I don't know if that will make much of a difference, but yeah, and I might also reduce the tilt on that ever so slightly to maybe 0.6 should be fine. Update that. Very good. Let's try that again. All right, let's see what happens. So cab. Okay, that was a lot smoother. Very good. All right, I like that. Very good. So then we should be able to get to the whole engine. So what we might do, might have some ladders on the side so we can climb up and work on it. But that is pretty good. Nice. And then we've got the hoppers at the back. Okay, cool. That does contact that though. So we might reduce this length of that by 1 block. But other than that, that is probably a pretty good height. Then we can back right up to the train and dump everything straight in. That should work pretty well. Very good. And the drill's gone with it, as you can see. Nice. So let's put that one back down. And everything comes down. Very good. Nice. So we might make this cab 1 block shorter, I think, since that's going to hit that. Yeah, we can't be having that. Yeah, we'll reduce this by 1 block. Alrighty, so let's get rid of these. We'll copy them first, and we'll just go like this, turn these around, and go boom. Very good. So let's get rid of all of this. All of this, please. Very nice. It did look a little bit long anyway, to be fair, so that's fine. We'll sort it out, get rid of all this, and these 2 parts, here and here. Can we reset that, please? There we go. Let's grab all of that. No, all of that, and we'll do the same on that side. Good stuff. Move it to there. That looks a little bit better even. Good stuff. All right, move it to there. Alrighty, that's good. Then we'll just fill in the back of the cab again, all the way up like so. And we've got a little bit down here we need to fix up too. Very good. All right, let's try this one more time. All right, we're coming. Okay, so let's try the cab. Oh, goodly. I might put 2 more wedges a bit lower down as well if we can. But other than that, that is really good. Nice. And then we've got the back here. Is that going to clear? Yes, so there is a bit of a gap there now. Okay, that's good. Happy with it. That is definitely going to be high enough. If it's not, we can always make it bigger. But yeah, that's fine. Good stuff. Now, so it doesn't look so empty. We might put something in here to make that look a little bit better. So maybe let's do something weird. Let's get some 1x2 wedges. I don't know if this is going to work or not. Let's see. If I just drag that down like that, let's see what this looks like. I'm hoping it will sort of look like a hydraulic thing coming up. Just kind of push it up. Let's see. Boom. Yeah, it sort of does. Actually, that is not too bad, actually. That's good. All right, we can even get rid of 1 if we wanted to, but that's good. Nice. Now it won't be in the way of anything either. And then it sort of just like looks like it's pushing it up. Nice. Happy with it. All right, so what we're actually going to do, we're going to get rid of all of this for now because we don't need it anymore until we've done it all properly. So one other thing I wanted to do before we start painting is sort this out. I think it looks a little bit weird under here. So I think I might just fill that in so it kind of fills that whole wheel area in a bit more. That's good. And then maybe we could just chuck a couple of these up here as well. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, good. So that kind of makes it all look the same. And we could do the same back here, I suppose. It wouldn't really matter, would it? Come along like that. Yeah, why not? We'll just go like that. that is a-okay. Very good. So what I'll do, actually, before we start painting, we might see if we can add some sort of grill in here to try and make it look just a little bit better. So let's get some paintable bits and bobs. Paintable sign, some of these ones. Let's just fill all this in with those. Boom, boom, boom. I won't do this whole thing on camera because it could take me just a little while, but I basically want to have some grill parts sort of going long ways and then slightly rounded off in the corners if possible. So maybe, actually, you know what we'll do? We'll paint the whole thing first and then we'll work on the grill to make it look a little bit better after. So I'll quickly give everything a quick lick of paint and I'll see you all in just a second. Okie dokie, so I've given everything a bit of a paint and I've added our Bizza logo on the side, on both sides actually, which I think looks pretty good. And I also finished off this grill at the front. I think it looks all right. It kind of looks like we've got like a little badge in the middle there. I think it looks not too bad. I might get rid of that so you can see a little bit better. Very nice. So a couple more things I wanted to do today real quick was add some spotlights on the roof. So let's go like this. Oh, that's probably, should we do 2 and 2 or should we go like this maybe? Yeah, I suppose either one's probably fine. That'll be okay. And the next thing I want to do is add some exhaust stacks on, which will be functional when we sort the engine out next episode. So let's just get them in for now. So we'll come up like this with some of those and we'll just grab some straight pipes, I guess, and we'll drag this all the way up to about there. Should be fine. And then we'll actually get some exhaust pieces and sit them on the top like that. Very good. And maybe towards the bottom about here, we'll put some catalytic converters in. Grab a couple of these bad boys, boom, boom, boom. Oh, let's go 4. That would look pretty cool. All right, nice. That looks really good, actually. And then I don't know what color to have these. What if we just kind of go this dark color? Something like that's probably fine. And we'll just fill that in like that. Oh, and just before we actually spawn it in, I want to put a hardpoint connector in to hold the back of the cab down. So let's make ourselves a little hole here. Let's go hardpoint. What have we got? Can we chuck one of these in the bottom? Should be fine. And chuck one of these in the top. Turn that around like that should be fine. Actually, we might do it the other way around. Turn this around that way. Well, that's attached to the cabinet. We need to attach it to the truck itself. So we'll go like that. There we go. That's good. And then on the top of that, we'll grab one of these, chuck it on here, turn around like so. Okay, good stuff. Can we? Oh, we can put blocks in there. Oh, okay, that's strange. We'll just leave it like that then, I suppose. Will that work? I might leave it open just in case. You don't know if this game. We can always put some wedges here or something if we don't like it anyway. Bit of a hole there, that's fine. And we just fill that in like that. I think that is fine. Very good. All right, now that we've done all that, I think that would do us for today. So let's spawn in. $46,000 just about so far. We still haven't put the engine in, but that's fine. I suppose all those hoppers and that cost a lot of money, but that's fine. This looks really good. I'm very happy with it. If you guys have any suggestions, then feel free to let me know down below, but I am pretty happy with it. That Bizza logo really stands out in that yellow, doesn't it? All right, very nice. And around the back, looking pretty good. Good stuff. Got our lights there, some rope anchors. Now, we could put a winch here or a tow bar. We'll see how we go. We may need a trailer. We may not need a trailer, but we'll work it out at some point. Got our stacks coming up there. Let's go from a little bit of a distance. So as you can see, it's the same red as our tilt rotor over there, which I think looks pretty cool. But anyway, guys, that's going to do us for today. Like I said, next episode, we're actually going to add the engine in, the gearbox in, and by the end of the episode, hopefully go for a bit of a test drive, which should be pretty good. But yeah, in the meantime, I'd like to thank you all very much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you all in the next one.